some kind of unexpected Flames news came down yesterday as camp opens and there's 3 different squads and there's some rookies mixed in. And then there's one team that's a lot of rookies and guys that you assume, it's probably a Wranglers kind of deal. There's some guys that will go back, that sort of thing. But then there's 2 clubs, like there's some real NHLers in there and there's some guys that's in there. Okay, so camp's opening. All right, here we go. Get on the ice, boys. You got your tested done. And then an announcement comes down, a little presser, as Mikael Backlund, the captain of the Calgary Flames, signs a 2-year extension worth 3 and 2.25.
Yeah. Now, should we be surprised? Because he was UFA this summer. That's what when someone's a year away from UFA, we always talk about what's contract. What are they doing? What's going on?
Entering the final year.
Yeah.
36 years of age.
Birthday's in March, so he'll be 37 in the spring. He'll be just 39 when this contract ends. That's a long ass career.
Just 39.
Well, not just, but
yeah.
like
he might have the most games in franchise history.
He's set to pass Iggy if he can stay healthy.
He was saying that his sister, so I was like, they start going from 82 to 84 games.
Ooh, that'll help
you got a little extra runway there, as you might be able to chase that record down to become the, I guess, longest serving in terms of games in that Calgary Flame of all time.
He has been a guy that the first half of his career had major durability issues. Remember, it was like abdominal thing and this pinky. And that. And you're like,
boom, snapped about the pinky.
Yeah, he broke his finger.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
The last half of the career has been the opposite story. I think if you had to guess how it was going to go, it's like, well, he's going to be injury riddled because that's been the first half of his career. Maybe that's a good sign for the Zaries and Honziks of the world who've had lots of injuries early, but he's found a way to play a lot more hockey the last, 5 to 7 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's not a flashy signing. He's the captain of a team that the room got way better since he took over. Remember the year before there was no captains, and that was the Sutter, everything that could go wrong would go wrong year. But again,
so you're kind of tying his captaincy to the team's turnaround?
Well, I think he's part of a leadership group that's working. I don't know how to assign credit, but it would be weird to say he's an awful captain if the room and the vibes have been almost instantly better the moment that he and a new leadership group perform. He's part of it. Now, maybe that's the strength of great alternates. What's that, right?
He's never been in the room, though.
Like I'm saying, I can't assign how much credit he gets, but whether it's Huska or the leadership group or Conroy, it's a place people want to go. And that last year under Daryl and Brad, it was the exact opposite of that. So I'm going to give him a non-zero percentage. Something more than 0 is his responsibility for that. I'm not saying it's 90 or 50, but he's been part of a solution to that problem. It'd be tough to dispute that, I would think.
With you, for sure.
I guess.
I mean, with Connie, he's literally said it.
I don't know why
he's in the room more than
we dispute it with you. What are you blabbermouthing about? Congratulations, Bax. You've been great. That's wonderful. Happy for you. And now we can trade you and get something in return if we need to.
Trade him with the no trade clause.
Yeah, there's a no move thing there. That seemed to be the common thread was, I want to be a career Flame. I don't want to be traded at a deadline to another team and make the playoffs there and then go into unrestricted free agency.
He wants to be a career Flame. He loves it here, and he has placed a value on being a one jersey player. He originally had a no move turned to a 15 team on Jan 1. This gets back to Rhett's half-baked trade, sign Rasmussen, trade him idea. When you sign an extension, they always tack on a no move. That's the practice of NHL agents. Otherwise, they get fired. So he now has the no full move for this year, even though that the contract
deal, Conroy. What are you doing?
Yeah, I know. No, you can't trade your captain mid-season.
I think we pride ourselves on being honest and sharing our views. Do we want to do that here, or do we just want to kind of report the news?
Well, I mean, anyone that's followed the show for 15 to 12, whatever it is, years we've worked together, I've been more of a fan of what Backlund provides than you guys, and I don't think he's a star in this league, and you're certainly not paying him to be a star. He's making 3.7 next year and then 2.8 the year after. If he's your third or fourth line center, I don't really see the downside here. He's not a star. He's not your best player, but he's been part of a successful leadership group. He wants to be here. And you don't have centers. Who's he blocking? Justin Kirkland?
Arguing with Pinder as much as anything.
Well, he's laying out his
this. I just don't.
And I don't think he's wrong.
I don't think this is a bad deal, or you could be frustrated, or it's an overpay. You need him because you don't have centers.
But that's
if you had centers, you'd probably want to move along, but you don't. Like, I don't know what Morgan Frost is yet. He's only got 2 years. If this team isn't good, you probably want to look around at Nazem before he gets even older, because he's been great, but that's not going to last forever. And Zary down the middle, he's getting mopped on the dot. We don't know that it works there. Reshny's probably 2 to 3 years away. Potter's 2 to 4 years away if he even sticks at the wing. Hanzik might not be they don't have centers. So when you don't, I just see this as a really low risk move.
Yeah, there is that part because of the cap going up and the money and all this. Sure. I guess I was just curious as to why now. He is 36. Let's get into the season and let's see how things go. You know we love you. You're our captain, for Pete's sake. But what if he is a step slower in November, December? Well, his contract is up at the end of the year.
Right. You do lose that option for sure. Yeah.
What if you are well out of the playoffs?
Yeah, wanted to trade him.
And Backlund is having.
What if he was playing well?
I think that's his call.
There's a chance, but from the team's perspective, because they
you're right. It's a 15-team no trade. Yeah.
There's a chance that there is a trade. You're not getting a first or what, but that's an option that's gone. You have Kadri, who is 35 with 4 more years. Now you've got Backlund 36 with 3 more years.
Frost at 2 and no one else.
Frost is 26. You've got 2,
but he's at the end.
You've got 2 guys in their mid to soon to be late 30s signed to the end of their 30s. You could afford it. He's a good guy. He's your captain. I don't know why.
Why not?
You know what? It's nice. It is. It's nice. Didn't feel like it's.
Is it improving the team? I'm not, and I'm indifferent because it's
like,
not that much
we're
money.
rebuilding. We don't have centers. Well, but that's what you're now in the process of doing. Yeah, we need to get better at the center position. Mikael Backlund's not going to get better at center than he's been.
No,
or is.
He's probably a 3 on a contender, and he'll be a 4 seed at the end of this deal, unless he ages like brilliantly, which is kind of done to this point. But you do worry about guys every year after 30, never mind a year after 35.
And I would say that's best case is that he's your 3-4 center. It would be an awkward spot where your captain is signed at the age of 39 and at 37 and a half, it's like, we can't put him in the lineup.
Yeah, that'd be next fall. So they're clearly confident that that's not going to happen or they wouldn't sign this. And why did they do it now? I think
But your job is to add
this
insight as to what you feel. Yes, they're clearly confident. They just signed it. You're
because I'm curious. This feels like one of those signings where if it was a different player or a different spot, you would be critical of it. And I'm not coming at you. It's a team that's looking to get younger. If it's Nick Foligno, it's like, why are you signing this guy to another 2 years? He's got a year left.
Yeah. That's what I was just going to say.
No, this isn't a move a contender makes at all. It just isn't. And I think that's why I have no problem with it. Like when the Oilers bring in a Skinner and Arvidsson and you're crushing them, like this isn't that different. It's guys that you know are well into the back 9. But they're not going to fumble a championship over this $3.25 million. And if there were kids knocking on the door at center, I really don't think they'd do this, or they're not as keen and they take their time. There just isn't. Like, can you name one player beyond Cole Reshny that you know is a center that's in their system? I don't think you can. And not but I mean,
but you can trade for them.
You could try. They've been trying for 3 years, and all they got was a Frost. And I don't know that Frost is any better than Backlund, even though he's a decade younger. Like Backlund still has way heavier lifting in terms of playing other top lines. It's not like Frost is scoring 25, 30. He helped with zone entries on the power play. Probably get a little bounce back in his shooting percentage.
Would you not rather put some stock into a 26-year-old?
It's an odd take.
Oh, no. I like them getting Frost, but Frost didn't supplant Backlund. Like they're kind of did similar jobs.
Well, he was here for half a year.
Right. And so you're hoping he'll pass. But if you had 3 or 4 Frosts, you don't make this signing. You got 1.
This signing to me is almost nothing about need.
It's about friendship.
So you're saying
not because they need they don't need to win right now. They're not a contender.
Yeah,
he's a center, but
what are they going to hold his feet to the fire? Backlund at the end of this year is going to come in and go, I need 10 million or I'm leaving. And you're going to go, well,
no, I think they put a lot of stock in the leadership and
I think
the
they
role
put a
model
lot
for
of
the young
stock
kids.
in that he's
yeah.
moving up
Yeah.
the corporate ladder.
Yeah, like I think it's
making.
you've been a good soldier. You've been here. You want to be here. We like you. You like us. I feel like it's very little about hockey. It's very little. It's not near as much about Mikael Backlund makes us better at the center spot. I mean, he does.
Does he?
But it's
Well, if it's him or Kirkland, you tell me. Who, like,
I know,
one
but
guy's in the
okay,
HL.
but if it's him or Kirkland, are they leading you into playoffs?
No.
That's
And
where
so we're in agreement on that. This team, we don't think is a contender, and sometimes they act like they are, and other times like this doesn't feel like the type of move that
I
the
see. I
Avs
disagree
or
with
the Panthers would make.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because so they're kind of giving us mixed messages, right?
Yes,
But I think if when they're being really honest and looking in the mirror, they understand that when this team is a sustainable contender, which is what they're trying to build, what all teams are trying to build, Backlund's not a core player. It's going to be the Wolf, Reshny, hopefully one of these wingers and
it becomes harder and harder to be the captain though when you're not a core player.
I think that's
we're
fair.
just hashing
Yeah.
this out. I'm not at that money and what he's done for the organization sure.
I agree with that. It is hard to have a voice if your role gets continually minimalized. And so if you get the Backlund you had last year, that's not an issue. He played the toughest minutes of any center on the team and some of the toughest center minutes in the league. 93rd percentile difficulty of opponent. And I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but and it doesn't have to. But what it means is that when you have to play McDavid in division, when you have to play McKinnon in the Central, those are very tough. He's still carrying that weight. And until they've got someone that can do that, he's still their best option to defend a top line.
They missed playoffs.
Yeah, by tiebreak. Yeah.
Don't care.
No,
I'm
not telling you they're contenders.
Did I win the Stanley Cup?
No.
Oh,
you
so it's not it's one or the other. You either made it or you didn't.
Right. And so I think what the team is trying to balance is the full teardown. We can't be Buffalo. But also, it helps if we're in the mix because bottom line's good when we fill the building. And we'll try to accumulate as many young pieces as we can.
But he's not a young piece.
Right. And so how long with 4 years left on Nazem Kadri's deal do you expect him to be here?
I would get rid of both of them right now. That's my whole point. I'm turning the corner. They're not.
And I think what they're saying is you can't strip it that bare. Like when we saw Taylor Hall and McDavid, there just wasn't elder statesmen to show the kids. And I don't think you think
they don't even have kids to show.
Well, they will soon. They've got 5 really good prospects in the Wranglers this year. So I think it's going to be happening.
He just told us that there's no center.
There's no centers.
Yeah,
Reshny's their best center prospect, and he's playing at North Dakota this year. Like Hanzik, maybe he's a center. You could try Zary at center. It didn't look good last year. If you get crushed on the dot, you're chasing the whole shift. He was their worst faceoff guy by a mile. It buys them time to find young centers.
But and at the same time, and I didn't want to break because I knew it was going to feel like it's 2-on-1 and we've got you.
I don't think this is awesome.
It's not 2-on-1 because I'm indifferent to the contract. To be quite honest.
You had time, but you didn't use it.
Well, I think
you could have got into the year and seen how the year goes and see what the young kids are at all the levels.
He's not going anywhere, and he's not begging for, or he's not holding a. He wants to stay. He can't command more money. He wants to stay. Like you already know all this.
If he demands a trade, it's okay. Well, where do you want to go? It's not really where you're over the barrel in any way.
No, I agree on the timing.
It was a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
For Mikael Backlund.
Yep.
And he's still a good hockey player.
Yeah,
and a nice person.
He's not a star, and he's not your prototypical captain. But there is no one on the roster that can do the hard checking minutes at center ice. So it buys you 2.5 seasons to see if you can groom someone else into that. And maybe that's Morgan Frost, but he's a U in 2 years, and maybe it's not for him here, or he just keeps being a guy that you wish scored more and is a 3C. I don't know.
Are we completely out to lunch that we think they can't, like, the vibe that just picking up our vibe on this conversation is that there's zero chance they're making the playoffs, in our opinion.
Yeah, I think it's probably pretty slow.
I don't have them as a playoff team.
No, I don't either.
I think they can absolutely finish 9th to 11th in the West. They've been really good at that over the last 30 years.
But that's the issue I have, is that this speaks to doing that. again.
Yeah, I think more not trading Rasmus and Kadri speaks to that because
But
They
this
haven't
is now
done
this
any
is,
of them.
This is putting another. It's
right.
just kind of keeping it going.
Let's keep this train moving down the track, even though this train has not produced any results for us.
I agree. I think in that room, they're saying 1 point was the difference between us and the playoffs, and we're going to find a way to be 1 point better. And I don't agree that they're a 96 or 7 point team this year. But if you really want to get worse, trading Mikael Backlund will help, but moving Nazem and Rasmus is a real change and a shift to the guard.
But even I would be even more accepting of the accepting. What the hell do I have to say?
It matters, Strat. What you like matters.
It would make more sense to me signing Backlund if Kadri and them had lost, because you're going, well, we've lost some of our leadership group and our veteran presence.
Shallow.
Now we're short of that.
Yeah, you've got a veteran center who's in his 30s.
Yeah,
you've got him till he's 39.
Maybe that is them telling us about a hedge of sorts, that if things don't go well, Nazem's on the block. This maybe, but you're right. It is cart before the horse.
But that's
you could always just sign Backlund at that point. The timing of the deal isn't for a guy that wants to be here and that wants to be a one jersey guy. You could do this whenever. And I don't think if Backlund was a U in December, it would be like, oh, this is a distraction for the team.
I think Backlund is.
It's not like the Rasmus situation.
We talk about it all the time. Well, a distraction. This was not a guy who was going to be a distraction in any way.
No, he wants to be here. And you could have gone 1 year at a time, I'm sure. But I just get the sense like, sure, they could play over their skis again and win games they have no business winning because their goalie's better than the other guy and be greater than the sum of the individual parts again. Not easy to do. Probably still won't make it anyway. But if this team gets off to a not 5-0 start, like flip it around, 0-5, I think Nazem's on the block. That's my gut. And I like Nazem, and he's been a great Flame. But I think if the standings tell you something in November, you can't keep playing this we're 1 point out thing. Now, maybe they'll be in it, but if they're out, now it's let's get what's the ask on Rasmus? Someone's got to meet our ask. And who needs a 2C? Everyone.
It only gets harder.
So what do we get for Kadri?
Kind of a separate.
It gives you clear direction, though. Right? Last year they didn't have that.
Separate thought on Kadri. He has really gone from untradeable. Now, if a few more years have gone off that deal and the cap has gone up, it's like, well, you can fit that money.
Produced.
And it's 4 years a lot, but it's
if you're a piece away,
3 and a bit,
dude,
right away.
He makes a lot of teams better at 2C,
doesn't he?
Like contending teams that are like burn the bridges, we got to win now. He's a great ad. There's not many contenders that wouldn't be better with Nazem Kadri. You have to be 3 centers deep, then not most teams aren't.
So is that going to be our thing? Well, what you could get for Kadri and Anderson?
If they're bad, that is the thing. Yeah.
It should be no matter what.
It should be, but it is.
Yeah,
right.
God.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But, I mean,
because somewhere in the middle is the truth, and you're not behind in the room, like you say. We're not there. Backlund is probably a very good presence for he probably sets 100%. A great example, and all we know that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably loath to think we don't want to finally get some higher end talent in here and just have them fending for ourselves. We're coaches. They don't need to hear plenty from us. We need some guys who are in the lineup that go out and eat right, play right, do things the right way that they can take their lead from. So he does get to a
point where and
then the flip side to me is I'm ready to turn the roster over.
Yeah.
This is
San Jose.
Let the kids try, fail, sure. Frost may never go ahead. Just get
some reps.
Let's get younger.
Yeah.
Let's get younger.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just another to that end.
And I think if Honzik was a center in the A and like a good one that's knocking on the door, we don't see this. And I think if the Basha, Grid, and Sunievs were centers, not wingers, or Zeri really excelled at center.
Excuse the organization for not filling those needs. Like to say, well, we're just going to keep it sounds chintzy because sounds like we're taking cheap shots at Backlund. I'm not. He is what he is, and he's good in the community. But if Backlund's the cog in the wheel as your centerman, and you have not, and you're saying all these other names,
wingers,
where are they?
They're still not close in terms of a young core that you build around. Their best players are still
that's just
old
it. Like,
guys.
I think in this conversation, what I'm learning is that this team is exposed.
Stuck in the middle, right?
They do not have, like, the argument and the interactive portion of the show will
Right,
be,
yeah.
you're an idiot. We've got Backlund and Kadri and Frost down the middle. And I'm going to say, no, you're an idiot. Those aren't.
Their
Those are
center depth.
supplementary pieces.
Yeah, their center depth would be bottom 5 in the league, if not worst. Like Nazem, best slotted is 2. He's up 1 rung. Backlund last year, I would have said on a contender, he's a 3. He's up 1 line above where he should be. Frost, I'm not quite sure on. We got to give him a little more time. Shooting percentages out of whack. Saw some stuff you liked. Also didn't notice him as much as you'd hope probably when that deal was made. And then it's like, yeah, who's your 4th line center anyway? Like Pospisil center didn't really stick. Zary didn't really stick. Kirkland feels like a quad A guy.
I worry less about the 4th center.
No, it's
go
just
out, play your 8 minutes and
right.
run around.
And Kirkland's fine to
don't
do
get
that.
scored on a ton. If you could, that'd be great. But yeah, it's the center depth.
Clearly more complicated than just saying go get young centers, because that's basically what Connie said at his opening press conference, and he found one guy.
Yeah. So, hey, buddies, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.